Hey y'all, Mason here, CNA Games. Appreciate you clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store. You guys always do. I appreciate you for it. Got a lot to catch up on, so I'm a little behind. What else is new, right? But I want to talk about something that I haven't seen a lot of videos on. A lot of people talking about in general. It's the basically the new standards that TCG Player Direct has, and the amount of stores that have been removed from the Direct program because they did not meet those standards. It's affected a lot of stores, so it's kind of a big deal. So I want to make people aware of it, maybe talk about where we're at and where we stand, and kind of like my thoughts as a store owner, right? So TCG Player, hey guys, how y'all doing? I know you guys watch, so appreciate you guys. Big fan of TCG Player, always have been. They do a lot for stores that they don't have to do. You know, people complain about all the times, and it's, you know, whether it's valid or not is up to you. But yeah, it's just a lot of the things that they do and the programs that come into play. You know, they have to make money. They have to do things because it makes sense for them. It's not always about, you know, it's not charity that they can run and just have this program. Direct is one of those things that I'm very thankful for, and I'm very glad they continue to have good support for us stores and do so with Direct. The Direct program is basically where TCG Player has inventory, and then I list a card, and then they sell it on my behalf, and then I replenish their stock. That's basically the shortest way I can explain how Direct works. So I get a big nice list every couple of days from TCG Player that I'm supposed to send to them to fill. Now, obviously, there's discrepancies and things that happen. The recent update to the program is that you are expected to have a 98% accuracy on these directs. These, what they call RIs. Return inventory, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but they're called RIs. And it's basically the sheet that tells you all the cards to send in, and then you send that in. It's called the RI. So 98%, that's it doesn't sound crazy, except when you're talking about things that you have a huge quantity of. And, you know, things happen. You know, people that have hundreds of thousands of cards in inventory, and, you know, things are just bound to happen. Issues are bound to happen. So 98%, for every 100 cards I sell in the Direct program, I can have two mistakes. Two mistakes before they start getting upset. Now, there must be some stores out there that are very, very far below that, because they were not given a chance. And this is, I don't necessarily agree with this, but they were just kicked from the program. Not even any sort of warning. They released that 98% as a release, an email to us, and then days later, people were being removed from the program, not even given the chance to improve their scores. That's, I mean, you know, say what you will. I'm not a big fan of that. You know, some sort of grace period or walking in, you know, giving us a chance to up our standards a little bit and maybe do a card audit before you completely kick somebody from a program, I think would be a reasonable thing to ask. But, you know, it's also, maybe they were just tired of it and they just said, all right, if you don't meet it, then see ya. So it's very hard because I don't know where we stand. We must be okay, because I didn't even get so much as a warning. There was some people that got warnings that said, hey, you're close, you know, just make sure you're staying accurate. But we were not even given that email. So hopefully that means we're okay. But, you know, we send probably 1,000 cards a week into Direct. So, you know, that's 20 cards. Is that right? Yeah, 20 cards I can maybe mess up. That's daunting. That's scary. And then that's not on top of the discrepancies that they have for conditions, things like that could happen, which is what this little piece of paper they have. Every once in a while they send you cards back from these RIs that you send them. Those are all the barcodes from the things. And, you know, when I see a stack like that, and this RI was how big? 312, and that's the thing I'm getting returned, that's bad. That's bad news for, I can make 6 mistakes and I made that many. So I honestly don't know. I don't know where we're at, or what the things are. But, there's these 2 that are, you have a couple, and it's 191. I have 2 cards in there. So I was at 99% on that, basically. So that's pretty good. What's this one? 242, and I got a single Blood Crypt back. So, 99% on that one, too. So, 98% seems high. I wish they would have maybe said, look, we're going to start, let's get to 95%. Within half a year, whatever, it's going to be expected to be 98%. 98 is, it's very daunting, but it's very easy to send, just have little minor mistakes that, cause issues. And this is just stuff that we sent in. This is not stuff that is, we just outright didn't have, That's even a bigger issue. But we recently did a card audit. We actually blew up our entire inventory and then re-upload the inventory. Ahead of this, not knowing that this was happening, but during that time when we blew it up, we had an RI that was pretty bad. So, that didn't just completely tank our score is kind of incredible. That's the other issue, though, too, is that we don't know where we're at. We don't know where we're at as far as percentage. There's no way for us to check that information. I can start calculating it in my head whenever we send one in, but as far as where we're at currently, we don't know. And what is it? Every month we're reevaluated, every 3 months, half a year, we don't know. So there's a lot of questions and a lot of, things that need to be maybe finalized and published to stores, but people are already removed from the program, and that screams of, maybe moving a little too fast. So that's a concern, and that's where we're at now. So direct, they're getting a lot more strict. They're watching stores, and they're kind of removing people that are costing them money, because again, if we don't have the cards to replenish their stock, they have to go and source that card somewhere else so they can keep their inventory live and up to date and with good stuff. So they'll go out and buy another card, and then they, as part of the agreement of being in the direct program, if I don't have a card, they go out and buy it. I am charged the difference for that card. So it's costing me money. It's costing them time and money to go out and get that card, because I'm sure that's a whole department's job to replenish the inventory. It's a big program with a lot of moving parts. TCG Player, I'm sure, probably has millions of cards in their inventory, so I can't imagine. It must be incredible, the back end and the amount of people that are required to run this program. So that's it's a whole thing that, it's a lot of money to keep track of, and having people to audit this stuff and send stuff back, and takes money on their end. So, but they do it, and they, that's why fees are what they are, is that, I get to do less, but they obviously are doing more, so they get more of the cut. That's just how it is. So, I have no complaints there. But yeah, 98% that's intimidating. It's a very intimidating number. Again, for every 100 cards I send, I get to mess up twice. That's scary. So, yeah, I haven't had a lot of people talk about it. I haven't seen a whole lot of videos made about it. But it is something that has gone into effect, and it's scary. So direct program should be at least hopefully more efficient, and definitely less sellers on there, for better or worse, whatever that means. So hopefully, the people that are in the program, they can step up and kind of fill the roles, and maybe that's good news for us. Maybe that means that we'll get more of a premium for our stuff, because there's not as many people on direct. I don't know. That is yet to be seen. And they said after a while that if you want to reapply for direct, you can. You're not banned for the program forever. You can reapply and get back into it. So hopefully that's something that they can do relatively soon, or maybe in a couple of months' time. But yeah, if we lost direct, that'd be bad news. A lot of our infrastructure, a lot of our inventory, and the way that we set out our store is built on direct, and selling things on direct, and selling things on TCG Player just in general. So singles are a huge part of our store, and it helps out a lot. And that's why I'm able to have the staff that I have and people working that I do, because I have that nice income coming from online sales that I would not otherwise have. So Direct is important. It's a lifeline to a lot of stores. It's very important. TCG Player is important to all LGSs that sell on there. So, yeah. Want to do a video, explain some things, talk about that, make you guys aware. So if you see less things being available on Direct, maybe a reason why. So, again, appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, I got to get back to work. I got to do some stuff. All right, later. Bye.